Recently I've done a lot of traveling and have been sharing those experiences here on social media. Today I want to share with you some of my tips on how to create these cinematic travel vlogs. So I'm currently back in New York City, so happy to be back. So let's get out there and go to some of my favorite iconic spots. First thing I want to talk about is gear because, a lot of people say gear isn't super important, but I do think it's actually a really important factor for travel video making. I've been shooting on the Sony ZV-E1, which has been a game changer. This camera is probably the size of my hand, which is insane. It is so lightweight. I'm able to just carry it around my neck all day and not feel like it's weighing me down. The two lenses that I brought with me on my travels is the 28-70mm lens by Tamron and the Sony's 11mm lens. My setup before was the Panasonic Lumix S5 with a 20-60mm lens. It was honestly a great setup. The reason why I switched back to Sony is mostly for the autofocus, which is very important for solo filmmaking. I am thinking about switching and getting a Sony 16mm lens because I think that is the perfect focal length. Honestly, with lenses you can go a variety of different directions with it. I also bring around this little Canon PowerShot camera just for like some vibey vintage looking shots. Now usually when I'm vlogging I will also bring my Joby Gorilla Pod. I don't have it on me today. I'm filming on my portable Zoom tripod. Invest in your gear because you're gonna have these gear for life, and gear is just such a game changer for how efficiently you can shoot. So when you have a very small tripod that can like click and unclick very easily, you're going to be able to get the shot so fast and move on. I do have other equipment and gear, so I'll link them all in the description, but primarily when I'm traveling, I want to be bringing the least amount of stuff as possible. Whenever I have any cinematic footage, so any B-roll that has been going on in between talking segments, I will mostly shoot in 60 frames per second so that I can slow it down. Summer in New York, the vibes are immaculate. Everyone is tanning. There's so many people out and it's a weekday, but I'm so happy to be back. It's so green. I feel like I've been really trying to focus on bettering my storytelling, which means planning adventures that can lead me to stories, trying to connect with locals and people watching a lot and really experiencing the places that I'm in. Even before going to a destination, I am like, is there a story that I can tell, something interesting and new to the internet? It is so hard to plan a vlog, but even just having a sense of what the title of the video could be, what the main idea and what you want to portray throughout the video can really help with giving your videos a sense of purpose, and purpose is so important because then you know exactly what to capture. Whenever I'm actually on my trips, there's a lot going on. You have a strict itinerary sometimes, and it can be hard to get proper B-roll, so I like to just allot time in my day to explore, but also bring my camera and really just focus on capturing B-roll for the vlog, because it could just be talking segments, but in between it is really good to just like break up everything with cool B-roll footage, and that means getting a mixture of wide, medium, and close-up shots. We're on the Manhattan Bridge now. It is about golden hour. It actually might have left, so I personally prefer the Manhattan Bridge over the Brooklyn Bridge just because there's a lot less people, and I love the unique views of this bridge. I'll show you guys around, but also the subways come up here. Usually the views at golden hour and blue hour are my favorite, so I try to have a little filmmaking date for like an hour, 2 hours, get all the B-roll that I can because the lighting is just perfect during this hour. Like when I was in Vietnam, Ha Long Bay, I was just like, okay, let's just wait till golden hour. It's gonna look insane. And I just spent the whole time shooting. I feel like it's so easy to just go to all the touristy spots, so like Brooklyn Bridge, but there really is some insane views on the less touristy spots, so I encourage you to find those when you're traveling. don't know what kind of rollerblading thing that was, but you know, that was fun to see. But I find that when you're traveling, a bunch of random things always end up happening. There's things that you have never planned for, and those are the best parts of the trip. So always remember to just like shoot things, even though you don't know what's happening. The narrative can be later on built in the edit, so overshoot sometimes, because it's better to have more than not enough footage. Sometimes you're gonna wish you had a certain shot. It's a new day. We've come to the Dumbo side of the bridge. A lot of my filming I've done alone. Like, I was traveling alone, and people always ask me how I get pictures and videos and stuff, and literally it is so difficult. I totally understand. Getting photos, I usually just ask for strangers, but for video, when I'm traveling, usually I'm setting my tripod off on a rock or anywhere that I can actually place my Joby and it can look good. Filming alone can be kind of difficult because I feel like you can get kind of shy, but I think the more that you do it, the more that you talk to a camera, the more that you set your tripod up in public, the more comfortable you get with doing it. And honestly, it's just a confidence thing. Like, practice it and you'll get more confident. I feel like in New York, nobody really cares, so it's really fun to film out here. But even when you're traveling, like, you're already a foreigner, you're a tourist, like, you're there to document. So I think it's completely normal, and you just gotta be more confident with vlogging and talking to a camera. I honestly think being back in New York has forced me to push myself out of my comfort zone. I've been going to a lot of different networking events, and I just show up alone. Instead of being like, oh, I'm so shy, like, I don't know if I can go to this, or I don't know if I can film in front of these people, just be like, no, if I do it, like, I'm just gonna get better at it. And the more that I do it, the more confident I'll get doing it. Okay, now when it comes to editing, you have all your footage, so what do you place on your timeline? I'm cutting out so much when I'm putting out in the timeline. Primarily just choose my best shots in the video and only choose the things that are gonna keep things interesting and drive the video. I find that sometimes I'm like, oh my god, both of these shots are good. I don't know which one to choose. Just make a decision, choose one. One thing I've been working on is changing up the order of how I edit. Starting with the dialogue and music will be so much more helpful in making the video flow more naturally, because first of all, your dialogue needs to make sense with the music, and then your clips will go accordingly. Music and sound effect is just so important for just recreating the emotions that you felt through the trip and have viewers also feel the same emotions that you're feeling. I love using jazz in New York. I just feel like that's the vibe here, and you know, when I'm sourcing music, I'll make it a whole event. Like, I'll go to music bed, spend a night sourcing music, playing around, listening to what could work in a YouTube video, and then I'll make a folder. Over the past couple of months, I have been exploring my color grading style and doing so many new techniques. I've been switching softwares, I've been going back and forth. I am a Adobe girl at heart. I love sticking to one software, so switching to a different software just to color grade has kind of been not my cup of tea. So in this video, I've been using Dehancer. I love that this is just a plugin, so I can stick to editing everything in Adobe. I don't have to keep switching softwares, and I can get the film look. There are so many different film stocks that you can choose from, and there's film borders, and you can adjust the grain, and it is just a great tool to getting that cinematic looking footage. The thing that I like to do before adding Dehancer is make my own adjustments on a layer and fine-tuning it so I get the colors that I want, and then I'll add Dehancer as the film look. I've been prioritizing processes that can make editing quicker for me, and switching softwares is not super efficient, so I've been enjoying trying out Dehancer and keeping it all within Adobe. If you are interested in Dehancer, I'll leave a link in the description where you can try it out for yourself. It is definitely always easier to have someone around to help you be your standing tripod and film, but I think filming alone is such a valuable skill. You learn to be patient, you learn what works and what doesn't, and it helps you become a much more efficient filmmaker. Yeah, efficiency is honestly key when making videos by yourself because it can take a lot of time when you're just by yourself, you know? It takes so much longer when you have to film alone. So you just learn how to be more efficient with it. Yeah, get the shots that you need so that you can have the time to just enjoy the location. So this right here is my absolute favorite view in all of New York. This is a view I fell in love with when I was 14 years old when I came to New York for the first time. I made a video about my first trip to New York. The whole purpose of travel video making started for me was because I just wanted to remember my trips, and I still think that's what it is, remembering all of the memories you make abroad, and it's a great way to just look back at all the things you did. I think with travel video, it's very easy to get wrapped up in filming everything. Just remember to really soak up the place that you're in. I think it has to be a balance, and that's something I sometimes struggle with, being in the moment versus filming everything. I try to just get the shot and then put my camera away and really enjoy where I am. I remember on the Holojang Loop, it was a 3-day motorbike tour, and on the 3rd day I was like, okay, let's just not really film much today. I'm just gonna soak up the views because it's our last day, and that's what I did. Traveling is for really experiencing each place as well, and sometimes you can't make a good video if you don't fully experience it.
Are you a podcaster?
YouTube.
Channel, I shall support.
It's my name. The second person that has approached me. The fun thing about filming in public is, yeah, you will get talked to, but it's a good networking opportunity. I feel like whenever I carry a tripod and a camera around, people are like, oh, what do you do? I hope this video gave you an insight on how I make travel videos all by myself. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. I do need more video idea suggestions, so let me know what you guys want to see in New York. I really, really appreciate you so much. There's some new subs out here, so if you're here, welcome. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.